This boss is the third time you see a different version of the Asylum Demon, except this time it actually has a noticeable difference to what it looks like, with that being the Demon Firesage who resides in the Demon Ruins. The Demon Firesage is rather interesting when you look past the fact that it's a reskin of the Asylum and Stray Demon. As a design, it's noticeably different, as it's engulfed in flames and wields a Demon Catalyst as its weapon, which acts as both a blunt weapon as well as a caster for its pyromancy. I personally believe that the Demon Firesage was the first version of the Asylum Demon that was made, and then they made the Asylum and Stray Demon variants afterwards, but that's just my personal belief. Regardless though, this boss is a bit underappreciated on the surface given it's a reused model, but it actually has a lot more insight put into it that makes it stand out from its lesser counterparts. Did you know the Demon Firesage was not only the first demon, but also the last master of the original fire arts? This was during a time before the Witch of Islip became consumed by chaos and the creation of pyromancy that had followed after. When it comes to the boss fight itself with the Demon Firesage, it has a lot more going compared to its other counterparts, as it uses fire arts and has an AoE that it utilizes that's more noticeable compared to the Stray Demon, and also is able to deal more damage and is a tougher version of its counterparts. However, for one reason or another, despite being engulfed in flames, the Demon Firesage has no immunity to fire-based damage. It would have been interesting to see how different this boss fight would have turned out if it happened to be immune to fire-based damage. Most likely at this point though, this is the third time that you fought a version of this boss, so the advice that's given with this boss is going to be pretty standard and similar to the previous versions of it. As for the tier list, the Demon Firesage gets the bottom of B for the tier list. This boss has more to it past its initial observations. The fact that it's the first demon and the last of its kind that's attuned in fire arts prior to the era of Dark Souls' beginning cutscene gives it enough depth and more recognizable features compared to its other counterparts, and rightfully so. This is one of those cases where a reused asset has a little more to it than simply being a reused asset. While the lore is straightforward, it becomes more recognizable because of it. It's only right to give this boss some sort of credit given that it's not entirely a reused asset and has some consideration put into it. If you enjoyed or made it to the end, be sure to like and subscribe in order to see previous and future boss entries.